Hello and welcome to R&B Reviews. I'm Dave.
And I am Rob, and today we're going to be reviewing the historical drama Lincoln, starring Daniel Day-Lewis, and it comes from director Steven Spielberg. The movie focuses on the last few months of Lincoln's life. He's trying to get his Emancipation Proclamation passed. He's also trying to get the Civil War to end, and on top of that, he's facing some personal lives when his son wants to enlist in the army, and he and his wife doesn't want him to do so. So this movie features quite a bit going on in their life. And Dave, I think Spielberg assembled a really great cast for this movie. Like Daniel Day-Lewis, I thought was really good as Lincoln. It took me a while to get used to his voice because I didn't feel, that it kind of felt weird at first. But after a while, I felt like I was watching him and feeling exactly how Lincoln felt in all these situations. I think Daniel Day-Lewis did a great job playing Lincoln. I thought Sally Field was great as his wife. It features a very top-notch cast, personally.
Yeah, I was surprised to see Tommy Lee Jones in here too. He was in here as well. I mean, he's got a supporting role.
Well, you got Joseph Gordon-Levitt, you get James Spader. The whole thing is there, and I think this is a well-acted movie. And I think this movie, in a way, is kind of timely because not only I just saw, when I was watching this movie, I saw a lot of different types of parallels between what's going on now and what's going on back then. Back then, during the Civil War, the country was really, really divided. Just like after this recent election, there's a lot of people that are really divided on the different directions the country can go in.
Right.
And of course, people want the Civil War to end, just like now people want the war in Iraq and Afghanistan to end, for example.
Right.
And of course, the President Lincoln was really popular with some people, and he's really despised by others. So in a way, I couldn't help but notice that Spielberg made this movie timely. That might have been the purpose of why he made it, but I was drawing all these different types of parallels to what's happened currently.
Yeah, right now is like the perfect time for Spielberg to make this film because it's exactly what we needed to see right now.
Not only do you look at the drama going on with public view, with Lincoln trying to get his Emancipation Proclamation passed, as well as the, getting the war to end, but there's some personal things going on. For example, his wife has not gotten over in this movie, his wife has, well, in real life, his wife never really got over the death of one of their sons, and now their older son, Robert, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, wants to enlist, and she's afraid they're going to lose him, and he has to put up with that, too. What was kind of interesting is with the makeup, they did a good job making Lincoln look like he did later on. He was really stressed by everything that was going on, and it looked like it visually, like you've seen those photographs. I think makeup did better when you get the drama. There's some moments of comedy relief, like I really liked I was really entertained by the stuff that was going on in the scenes taking place in the House of Representatives, where they were debating over the amendment, but you also got some very funny moments where the lobbyists are trying to get some of the people on the other side to, support the amendment, and I thought there was a couple of funny bits too with that movie. So it wasn't just a straight drama. You got some very funny bits here and there. And of course, I really enjoyed Abraham Lincoln's sort of Crackle Barrel style wit, like Will Rogers, where every time there's a problem and his cabinet is fighting, he always has a story to, sort of like a parable, to make a point about why he's doing what he's doing and why he believes what he believes. And I think that was a really great touch with the movie.
Right.
I would definitely say see this one in theaters. There's a lot of Oscars. I can see some Oscar nominations going to this movie and possibly winning some awards. I think the score was good, it was well written, it was well acted, well directed, and of course I really loved the photography in this movie, like the way it was shot. They don't overdo it with really bright studio lights. It's shot like how you would if you were there, because they didn't have electricity back then. You had the candles. You go into a dark room in the evening and you just have the candle light going on to the characters or the actors' faces, and I thought that really added a level of authenticity.
It shows how conditions were back then. There was no central air, no heat, because a lot of times you see Daniel Day-Lewis, he's like wrapped up in a blanket. There wasn't anything in it that would lead it to be R. I mean, except for language, but there wasn't much language in this either, and there's not that much violence. The only violence was in the beginning. And then there's like one scene where there's like the casualties of war, but they're not like real it's not real gruesome looking, except for maybe like one soldier. You can see the inside of him and everything, but it's not that bad. So.
I think Spielberg really wants us to feel like we're there and to feel the period very well. This isn't just a movie where you just photograph the acting and stuff. I think he wanted us to feel like we were there, to feel kind of part of the event, and to it'll create some feeling in us about what the relate.
Right.
So I definitely say check this one out in theaters. You?
Yeah, I definitely say that too. This was like one of the better portrayals of Lincoln compared to like other films that I've seen about him.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite.
Cool. All right, well, that's our review of Lincoln. We both give it a seen in theaters rating, and if you have seen it, go ahead and post your thoughts about it, and thank you very much for watching.